Hi guys, I'm Gabby and welcome to my channel if it's your first time here, and if you're returning, thank you so much and welcome back. In today's video, we'll be talking about the Visa Bulletin. We'll be discussing what exactly is a Visa Bulletin, who it applies to, and how to read it. Alright, let's get started. Many green card applicants will have to wait for an immigrant visa to become available before they can apply for their green card applications. And the Visa Bulletin lets those who have to wait for a visa know when the time is right for them to submit their green card applications. The U.S. Department of State creates these Visa Bulletins each month. The Visa Bulletin shows you when you may proceed with your green card application based on when you originally filed your Form I-130 petition for an alien relative. After you've submitted your Form I-130, you'll be able to check the Visa Bulletin to figure out the wait time for continuing your green card application. So who are the ones that must wait and should be checking this Visa Bulletin? Spouses, parents, and unmarried children under the age of 21 of U.S. citizens who are applying for a green card do not have to wait for a visa number to become available. So this means you don't need to read the Visa Bulletin if you're in these categories. So the Visa Bulletin will not apply to those in this category. But spouses and unmarried children under the age of 21 of U.S. green card holders, however, they will have to wait for their green card. As well as applicants from other categories, they will face varying wait times, which can range from years to even decades for some. So reading the Visa Bulletin is important for these in those categories. The U.S. government places a limit on the number of green cards and visas issued each year. So the Visa Bulletin allows the government to manage the backlog of its green card and visa applications for all foreign nationals. And each year the government offers around 366,000 green cards with quotas for specific applicant categories. So approximately 226,000 green cards go to the family-based green card applicants, and about 140,000 go to employment-based green card applicants. The U.S. government also limits available green cards by country of origin, so no one country can account for over 7% of all green cards in each category. Applicants from high population countries like China, Mexico, India, and the Philippines, they may face significant backlogs in the processing of their green card applications. So how do we read the bulletin? Well, to read the Visa Bulletin correctly, you'll first need to familiarize yourself with certain terms. The first term is the priority date. So a priority date is a date that USCIS receives your Form I-130. This date may determine your wait for a green card. USCIS lists your priority date on the Form I-797 that they sent to you, notifying you of USCIS's approval of your Form I-130. The second term is called current. So your priority date will switch to current status when there is no backlog and there's no wait time for your green card. So your priority date becomes current once USCIS has a green card available for you. Another term is chargeability area. So the chargeability area is your country of birth, and USCIS uses this information to count green cards towards the quota of each foreign country. Then there's the term immediate relative. So an immediate relative is a U.S. citizen's spouse, parent, or child under the age of 21, and family-based green card applicants will fall under this category. The final term is cutoff date. So the cutoff date is the boundary on which the priority date holders are eligible to begin applying for their green cards. So if the cutoff date listed is on or after your priority date, you are now eligible to apply. Next, you'll also need to understand how USCIS organizes green card applications for their family-based applicants and identify which category your application falls under. So you, your parents, or your children may be pursuing a green card based on a family connection to a U.S. citizen or a permanent resident. So USCIS uses 4 major preferences cases to divide their applications. There's the F1 or first preference category. The cap for the F1 category is 23,400 green cards. So this category applies to unmarried adults aged 21 and over who are the children of U.S. citizens. The F2 or second preference category and it has a cap of 114 200 green cards each year, and this category applies to spouses and unmarried children of U.S. green card holders. The F2 category also has two different subcategories. The F2A subcategory, the wait time for this category is much shorter than the other family-based categories. The F2B subcategory, this subcategory applies to unmarried adult children age 21 and over of U.S. green card holders. The F3 third preference category, its cap is 23,400 each year. This category applies to married children of U.S. citizens regardless of their age. Then there's the F4 or fourth preference category with a cap of 65,000 green cards each year. This category applies to brothers and sisters of a U.S. citizen. So once you've identified your priority date and your preference category, you can now move forward to reading the date. So here's a rule for reading the visa bulletin. If the priority date falls before the date listed, it means the visa is now available and you can apply. You can immediately apply for your permanent resident status. If the priority date falls on or after the date listed, it means no visa is available for that month and you will have to wait a little bit longer. So for example, if you were to look at the visa bulletin and you were born in India and your brother is a U.S. citizen that filed for you for the F4 category, your petition was approved July 2004, and the priority date for your F4 visa petition from India chart is the 1st of August 2004, and your priority date is July 2004, which is before the priority date listed in the visa bulletin, then you're eligible. So that means you're eligible to apply for a visa. So in order to read the visa bulletin correctly, you have to be aware of your priority date and your family preference category. You'll also notice that there are columns for certain countries such as China, India, Mexico, and the Philippines. Applicants for these countries, their wait times for green cards can take much longer. The demand for green cards from these countries always exceed the 7% cap for each country, so there always is a lot of backlogs. So typically the cutoff dates for the visa bulletin can continue to move forward, but sometimes USCIS and the Department of State get more green cards in a category a month than they expect, and when this happens, the cutoff dates for the next month may move backwards. So USCIS calls this a visa retrogression. And this happens commonly in September, which is the end of the government's fiscal year. And the visa retrogression can come either with an advance warning or unexpectedly. So since this can happen at any time, you should be prepared to file your green card as soon as the bulletin says that a green card is available for you. So if you don't file your petition during a month when a green card is available, you may end up facing visa retrogression the next month and have to wait a little bit longer. To summarize what we just went over, there are two visa bulletins that you will need to review. One is the final action dates bulletin. The second is the dates for filing applications. This dates for filing application bulletin is the one most of you will be referring to, as it tells you that you can move forward with assembling and submitting your required documents to NVC. However, for both of these bulletins, your priority date should be before the date that's listed on the bulletin. If it is, you can move forward with submitting your application for your visa. But if your priority date is after the date that's listed on the visa bulletin, then you must continue to wait. Okay guys, so I know this was a lot to take in. Hopefully you gained a better understanding. If you have questions, please leave them below in the comment section. And if you have not subscribed to the channel, please consider subscribing. Don't forget to like, comment, and share. And I look forward to seeing you guys in the next video. Take care. Bye.